Our planet is often called the blue planet, and for good reason. The oceans cover more than 70% of its surface, yet we know more about the surface of the moon than we do about the deepest parts of our seas. Now, humanity is poised to take a monumental step into this mysterious realm. China is embarking on an extraordinary endeavor, the construction of a permanent underwater station, a human outpost nestled some 2,000 meters beneath the waves. This is not simply a submarine that visits and leaves, it is intended to be a lasting presence, a home for scientists in the crushing darkness of the deep sea. It represents a profound commitment to understanding one of the last and perhaps greatest unexplored frontiers on Earth. The purpose of this ambitious project is as deep and as varied as the ocean itself. It is a quest for knowledge, a search for resources, and a testament to human curiosity and ingenuity. Imagine being able to live and work in a world that has, until now, only been glimpsed through the small portholes of robotic submersibles, or for brief, fleeting moments by a handful of brave explorers. This station will allow scientists to observe the deep ocean's inhabitants and its strange geology, not for minutes or hours, but for weeks and months on end. This sustained presence is the key to unlocking secrets that have been held in the abyss for millennia, promising to reshape our understanding of life itself. This deep-sea habitat will be a beacon of science in a world of perpetual night, a place where the pressure is immense and sunlight never reaches. The goal is to establish a base for discovery, a platform from which we can study the incredible life forms that thrive in these extreme conditions, and investigate the powerful geological forces that shape our planet from below. It is a project born of a desire to see what lies beyond the edge of our current knowledge, to push the boundaries of exploration, and to learn more about the intricate systems that govern our world. The station is a bold statement about the future of marine science and our relationship with the ocean. Building such a station is one of the most significant engineering challenges humanity has ever undertaken. It requires us to overcome the immense physical obstacles of the deep ocean, the crushing pressure, the corrosive saltwater, and the profound isolation. But the potential rewards are equally immense. This underwater laboratory could become a vital tool in our search for new medicines, sustainable energy sources, and a deeper connection to the natural world. It is a journey into the unknown, one that requires courage, innovation, and a profound respect for the environment we are about to enter. The story of this station is the next chapter in our planet's story, written in the dark, silent depths. The location for this underwater station is no accident. It is being planned for a region of immense scientific interest, a place where the very crust of our planet is alive with activity, the world of hydrothermal vents. These are extraordinary geological formations, like underwater geysers, that spew superheated, mineral-rich water from deep within the Earth's crust. Here, in a world devoid of sunlight, life does not depend on photosynthesis. Instead, it is powered by chemical energy, a process known as chemosynthesis. It is a completely alien ecosystem, a stark reminder that life can find a way in the most inhospitable of places. For scientists, these vents are natural laboratories of the highest order. The water that billows from these chimneys can reach temperatures of over 400 degrees Celsius. Yet it does not boil because of the immense pressure of the water above. This water is laden with chemicals like hydrogen sulfide, which is toxic to most life forms we know. But here it forms the very foundation of the food chain. Bacteria and other microbes harness this chemical energy to create organic matter, and in turn, they support a vibrant community of strange and wonderful creatures, from giant tube worms with bright red plumes to ghostly white crabs and shrimp that swarm around the vents. Studying these environments is crucial for understanding the origins of life on Earth and perhaps elsewhere in the universe. Some scientists believe that life itself may have begun in just such a place, protected from the harsh conditions of the early Earth's surface. By observing these ecosystems up close and for extended periods, researchers can test these theories and gain unprecedented insights into how life can adapt and thrive in extreme conditions. The hydrothermal vents are a living link to our planet's deep past and a possible blueprint for life on other worlds, making them one of the most compelling destinations for scientific exploration. The allure of these vents extends beyond biology. They are also hotspots of geological activity and mineral formation. As the superheated water mixes with the cold seawater, it deposits dissolved minerals, building up the towering chimney-like structures from which the vents get their name. These deposits are rich in metals such as copper, zinc, gold, and silver. Understanding how these mineral deposits form is of great interest, not only for what it tells us about our planet's geology, but also for its potential economic implications. The deep sea is a treasure trove of scientific wonders, and the hydrothermal vents are its most dazzling jewels. Creating a home for human beings 2,000 meters beneath the surface of the sea is an undertaking of breathtaking complexity. The station must be more than just a shelter. It must be a self-contained world, capable of protecting its inhabitants from one of the most hostile environments on the planet. The primary challenge is the colossal pressure, which at that depth is about 200 times greater than at the surface. The hull of the station must be engineered from material strong enough to withstand this constant crushing force without fail, day after day, year after year. The smallest flaw or weakness could lead to a catastrophic failure, making structural integrity the highest priority. Inside this fortress-like structure, a sophisticated life support system must work flawlessly to create a breathable and safe atmosphere for the scientists. This system will need to continuously scrub carbon dioxide from the air, replenish oxygen, and manage humidity and temperature, essentially replicating the Earth's atmosphere in miniature. Power is another fundamental requirement. The station will be connected to the surface via a robust umbilical cable, a lifeline that provides the immense electricity needed to run the lights, life support, computers, and scientific equipment. This cable is the station's connection to the world above, making its protection and maintenance absolutely critical for survival. Safety is woven into every aspect of the station's design. Redundancy is a key principle. Every critical system, from life support to power and communications, will have multiple backups. In the event of an emergency, such as a fire or a breach, there will be designated safe areas within the station and detailed evacuation procedures. These would likely involve small, highly durable submersibles docked at the station, ready to transport the crew to safety at a moment's notice. Regular drills and rigorous training will ensure that the crew can respond to any crisis calmly and effectively, as there is simply no margin for error in such an unforgiving place. Maintenance in the deep sea presents its own unique set of challenges. The corrosive nature of saltwater means that the station's exterior will be under constant attack. Teams of remotely operated vehicles, and perhaps even specially designed autonomous robots, will be required to regularly inspect, clean, and repair the outer hull and its associated equipment. These robotic helpers will be the station's external caretakers, performing the dangerous and difficult tasks that would be impossible for human divers at such depths. The long-term success of this deep-sea outpost depends on this careful marriage of human intelligence and robotic resilience. The true purpose of this incredible underwater station is to serve as a world-class scientific laboratory, but one with an unparalleled view. By placing the scientists directly within the environment they are studying, the station will enable a new era of marine research. The types of investigations that will be conducted are broad and far-reaching, spanning the fields of biology, geology, chemistry, and physics. Biologists will have the extraordinary opportunity to study deep-sea life in its natural habitat, observing behaviors and interactions that are impossible to replicate in a surface laboratory. They can witness firsthand how creatures adapt to the immense pressure, the total darkness, and the unique chemical environment. Geologists, too, will find the station to be an invaluable tool. They will be able to deploy sensors directly onto the seafloor to monitor seismic activity and the movement of tectonic plates with incredible precision. By studying the hydrothermal vents up close, they can learn more about the processes that drive volcanic activity and the formation of mineral deposits. They can collect rock and sediment core samples to piece together the geological history of the ocean floor, providing a clearer picture of our planet's long and dynamic past. The station will act as a permanent geological observatory, listening to the very heartbeat of the Earth from deep within. The station will also facilitate groundbreaking research into ocean chemistry and physics. Scientists will be able to take continuous measurements of water temperature, salinity, acidity, and dissolved gases, tracking changes over long periods. This data is vital for understanding how the deep ocean is responding to climate change and how it influences global weather patterns. The ocean is a massive reservoir of heat and carbon, and its deep currents play a crucial role in regulating the Earth's climate. Having a permanent base in the deep, will allow for a level of monitoring and understanding that is simply not possible with intermittent ship-based research. Furthermore, the station will serve as a hub for a network of sensors and autonomous underwater vehicles. These robotic explorers can be dispatched from the station to survey wider areas of the seafloor, collecting data and samples from places too distant or difficult for the main station to reach. The information they gather will be transmitted back to the station in real time, allowing scientists to analyze it and plan new missions without delay. This combination of a fixed human presence and a fleet of mobile robotic assistants will create a powerful and comprehensive system for exploring and understanding the deep ocean as never before. The daily rhythm of life aboard the underwater station will be a carefully orchestrated ballet of science, maintenance, and human cooperation. While much of the station's core functions will be automated, human oversight will be constant and essential. A team of highly trained scientists, engineers, and technicians will form the crew, living and working for extended periods in this isolated environment. Their days will be structured around research objectives, equipment maintenance schedules, and communication with the Surface Control Center. The connection to the world above will be maintained through a high-speed fiber optic cable, allowing for the seamless transmission of vast amounts of data, as well as real-time video and voice communication. This fiber optic lifeline is the central nervous system of the entire operation. It not only enables the scientists to share their findings instantly with colleagues around the world, but also allows for remote assistance and diagnostics from experts on the surface. If a complex piece of equipment malfunctions, an engineer on land could guide the crew through the repair process, step by step. This constant connectivity will help to mitigate the profound sense of isolation and provide a crucial psychological link to home. It ensures that the small team in the deep is part of a much larger global scientific effort, working together towards a common goal. Automation will play a vital role in the station's day-to-day operations, freeing up the human crew to focus on the complex tasks of research and analysis. Robotic systems will manage the life support environment, monitor the structural integrity of the hull, and control the power distribution. Outside the station, remotely operated vehicles, or ROVs, controlled by pilots either in the station or on the surface, will be the crew's hands and eyes in the deep. They will be used to collect samples, install and maintain external sensors, and explore the surrounding terrain. This synergy between human intellect and robotic capability is what will make long-term habitation and research in the deep sea possible. Living in such a confined and extreme environment will require a strong sense of teamwork and psychological resilience. The crew will be carefully selected not just for their scientific expertise, but also for their ability to work well together under pressure. The living quarters, while functional and efficient, will be compact. The crew will share meals, work closely, and rely on one another for both professional support and personal companionship. Regular communication with family and friends on the surface, along with dedicated time for rest and recreation, will be essential for maintaining morale and well-being during their long missions in the perpetual twilight of the abyss. The deep ocean is, honestly, one of the largest and least understood biomes on our planet, and it may hold the keys to solving some of humanity's most pressing challenges. The unique life forms that have adapted to the extreme conditions of the abyss represent a vast, untapped genetic library. The station will allow scientists to discover and study these organisms, many of which may produce novel chemical compounds. These compounds, developed over millions of years of evolution to help them survive, could have powerful applications in medicine. We may find new antibiotics to combat drug-resistant bacteria, or even compounds that could be used in the treatment of cancer and other diseases. Beyond medicine, the deep sea holds immense potential for new sources of energy. The chemical processes that power life around hydrothermal vents, known as chemosynthesis, could inspire new biotechnologies. Scientists are investigating whether the microbes that thrive in these environments could be harnessed for tasks like breaking down waste or producing biofuels. Furthermore, the ocean itself is a source of immense power. The station could serve as a platform for testing and developing new technologies to harness energy from deep-sea currents or from the temperature differences between deep and shallow water, offering pathways to clean, renewable energy for the future. The geological processes at play on the ocean floor also create concentrated deposits of valuable and rare metals. As the mineral-rich fluid from hydrothermal vents cools, it precipitates metals that are essential for our modern technologies, including copper, zinc, and cobalt, as well as rare earth elements needed for smartphones, batteries, and green energy technologies. The station will enable detailed geological surveys to map these deposits and understand how they form. This knowledge could one day lead to new, more targeted ways of sourcing these critical materials, although it must be approached with extraordinary care for the surrounding ecosystems. The greatest treasure of all, however, is knowledge. Every new species discovered, every geological process understood, and every chemical reaction observed adds another piece to the grand puzzle of how our planet works. This underwater station is, at its heart, a tool for discovery. It will help us to answer fundamental questions about the origins of life, the limits of biological adaptation, and the intricate connections between the deep ocean and the global climate system. The discoveries made here have the potential to revolutionize our understanding of the natural world and our place within it, proving that the greatest riches are not always material ones. As we venture into the fragile and ancient ecosystems of the deep sea, we carry with us a profound responsibility. These habitats have remained undisturbed by human activity for millennia, and they are incredibly sensitive. The life forms here have evolved in isolation, in a stable environment of darkness and high pressure. The introduction of light, noise, and mechanical disturbance from an underwater station and its associated vehicles could have unforeseen and potentially damaging consequences. Therefore, a core principle of this entire project must be the protection of the very environment it seeks to study. The motto must be to observe, not to alter. The teams planning this station are acutely aware of these risks and are developing strict protocols to minimize their impact. The station's design will incorporate features to dampen noise and control light pollution, ensuring that its presence is as unobtrusive as possible. All waste generated by the station will be carefully contained and transported back to the surface for disposal. Nothing will be released into the surrounding water. The movements of ROVs and other submersibles will be carefully planned to avoid damaging sensitive geological formations or disturbing delicate colonies of organisms. The goal is to be a silent guest in this ancient world. Scientific sampling, while necessary, will be conducted with a surgeon's precision and restraint. Instead of collecting large numbers of specimens, the focus will be on non-invasive observation techniques, such as high-resolution imaging and DNA sequencing from water samples. When physical samples are required, they will be taken in the smallest possible quantities needed for research. This approach reflects a shift in scientific practice, from one of collection to one of in situ observation, enabled by the very technology that allows the station to exist. Protecting the biodiversity of the deep sea is paramount. Before the station is even built, extensive environmental baseline studies will be conducted to create a detailed map of the ecosystem. This will allow scientists to monitor for any changes that occur after the station becomes operational. This continuous environmental monitoring will be a crucial part of the station's mission, providing a constant check on its impact and allowing for immediate adjustments to procedures if any negative effects are detected. This project must be a model for responsible exploration, demonstrating that it is possible to advance human knowledge while preserving the natural wonders we are privileged to witness. The quest to explore the deep ocean is driven by human curiosity, but it must be guided by human wisdom. The construction of a permanent underwater station is not a race to be won, but a journey to be undertaken with careful, measured progress. Each step, from the initial design and engineering to the final deployment and operation, must be governed by a deep sense of ethical responsibility. The potential for discovery is vast, but the potential for unintended harm is also significant. Therefore, a slow, cautious, and transparent approach is not just advisable, it is essential for the long-term success and legitimacy of such a groundbreaking project. This responsibility extends to the international community. The deep seabed is often considered the common heritage of humankind, and the knowledge gained from its exploration should be shared for the benefit of all. While this station is a national project, its scientific mission has global implications. Open collaboration with scientists from around the world will be crucial. By sharing data, research opportunities, and technological innovations, the project can become a beacon of international cooperation rather than a point of competition. The mysteries of the deep ocean are too vast for any one nation to solve alone. They call for the collective intellect and resources of our species. ethical practices must lie at the heart of all activities. This means not only protecting the marine environment, but also ensuring that any potential economic benefits, such as those from mineral resources or new medicines, are managed in a way that is equitable and sustainable. The pursuit of wealth must not be allowed to overshadow the primary goal of scientific understanding and environmental stewardship. International laws and agreements governing the use of the deep seabed are still evolving, and this project has an opportunity to set a high standard for responsible behavior, influencing how humanity interacts with this frontier for generations to come. Ultimately, the responsibility of exploration is a duty of care. We are temporary custodians of this planet, and its most remote and pristine environments demand our greatest respect. As we develop the incredible technology to live and work in the abyss, we must also cultivate the wisdom to do so gently. The true measure of this project's success will not be the depth it reaches or the resources it identifies, but the knowledge it generates and the respect it shows for the unique and wonderful life that flourishes in the darkness. It is a test of our character as a species, a challenge to explore with humility and with a profound appreciation for the world we are entering. The establishment of a permanent human presence in the deep sea marks a pivotal moment in our relationship with our planet. The long-term impacts of this underwater station could be as profound and far-reaching as those of the space station that orbits above us. For science, it promises a torrent of new data that could fundamentally change what we know about biology, geology, and the history of life on Earth. We may discover entirely new branches on the tree of life, uncover the secrets of how our planet regulates its climate, and gain a much clearer picture of the powerful forces at work deep within the Earth's crust. For energy and industry, the station could act as a catalyst for innovation. The knowledge gained about deep-sea mineral formation could lead to more environmentally friendly and targeted extraction methods, should humanity decide to pursue that path. Research into chemosynthesis and other deep-sea energy sources might unlock new forms of biotechnology and clean energy production. The engineering challenges overcome in building and operating the station will themselves drive advancements in materials, science, robotics, and life support systems, with applications that extend far beyond ocean exploration, potentially benefiting everything from medicine to space travel. This project also has the potential to foster a new era of global cooperation. The deep ocean is a shared space, and the challenges of exploring it are best met with a united effort. By creating a platform for international scientists to work together, the station can build bridges of understanding and shared purpose. In a world often divided by politics and competition, the collaborative pursuit of knowledge about our own planet offers a powerful and positive vision for the future. The discoveries made will belong not to one nation, but to all of humanity, strengthening our collective identity as inhabitants of this one extraordinary blue planet. In the end, perhaps the most significant impact will be on our own perspective. For centuries, the deep ocean has been a realm of myth and mystery, a dark and distant place that felt separate from our world. By living and working within it, by sharing images and stories from the abyss, this station can bring the deep sea into our collective consciousness. It can inspire a new generation of scientists, engineers, and explorers, and foster a deeper public appreciation for the beauty, complexity, and fragility of our oceans. It reminds us that our planet is full of wonders still waiting to be discovered, and that our greatest responsibility is to explore with care, respect, and a sense of awe.